Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing a first impressions video. I love doing first impressions. I think that they are really fun. It's nice to kind of see when somebody has never touched something before what their feelings are regarding it. Sometimes they are really good, sometimes they're bad, and sometimes they switch. So it's really fun for me to kind of see these and film these. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ashley. I do predominantly beauty videos. I do project pans, shop my stash, first impressions like you have today. I occasionally do haul videos, so it is a little bit of everything. If you enjoy that type of content and you want to see more from me, please don't forget to subscribe. But without further ado, let's talk about what we're going to have our first impression for today. So I'm very excited because recently I was sent the Bobbi Brown Haute Nudes eyeshadow palette through Influenster. So this was sent to me free of charge for review purposes, but I've never used Bobbi Brown eyeshadows before, so I was quite excited when I found out that I was selected for this campaign, and I wanted to take the opportunity to come on camera and actually film a first impressions for you. That's not something that was asked of me, but I still wanted to do it because I'm very, very excited. So this is an eyeshadow palette that is exclusive to Nordstroms. It does retail for $59 and it is really pretty. When I opened it up, I was just over the moon. So it does come in this cardboard box with this beautiful sort of dusty rose face on it. And then when you open it up, the palette itself is the same sort of front here. So you've got that same dusty mauve sort of color, and it is kind of this soft velvety plushy sort of front. So it's something that will probably get dirty, so you want to be aware of that, but I do think that it is very classy and very pretty. And then when you open it up, you have all of these beautiful purpley gray tone mauve sort of colors. This is, in my opinion, a little bit more neutral or cool toned leaning, which I'm very excited about. I do feel like those are going to be the colors that are coming into trend this year, but you do have enough neutral to it that you could easily pair it with warmer eyeshadows as well, and it's not going to look out of place. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of these shades for you so that you can see what they look like. I'm just going to swatch them on my hand with no primer or anything like that, and I'm just going to do finger swatches for you today. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first two rows since the first two shades on the top are very large pans. So this one here that you truly cannot see at all, this is the shade Cream. This is just a bone-colored matte cream shade. And then right next to it, which you may or may not be able to see if I turn my hand in the light, this is in the shade Damask Ball. This is a very pinky iridescent, very light shade. It's really, really pretty. I don't know that it's going to show up very well on camera though. Next to it, we have Champagne Toast here. This is definitely kind of, a little bit of a warmer champagne gold sort of color. Next to it, we have this very, very glittery, beautiful shade called Earth Metal. This is absolutely gorgeous. You can't see this shade here either. This is French Twist. This is a matte, it's a little bit of a deeper cream, I guess is the best way to put it. And then this here on the end is also a matte. This is in the shade Rose Suede. Alright, so hopefully you can see this okay. My battery's super low, so I can't tell where I'm at. But this color right here is called Spun Silk. It is a shimmery, sort of satiny, purpley mauve color. Next to it, we have a matte. This is in Tulle Sweet. It is really, really beautiful. Next to it, we have another sparkly shade. This is in the shade Lame. And then finally here on the end, we've got Vintage Velvet, which is also going to be a matte shadow. All right, sorry about that. So the two shades that seemed in the pan when swatching them a little bit drier and a little bit patchier were Rose Suede, which is right here, and then Tulle Sweet. But As you may know, swatches don't tell the whole story. I used both of those in my eyeshadow look today and they performed beautifully. I have no complaints about any of the shadows that I used. And if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright, so I've already got my bangs pushed back. I've applied eyelid primer, and now I'm going to go in with this just cream color here called Cream to go ahead and just set that eye primer down. Now when I set my eye primer, I only go from brow bone to about the crease. I don't set my lid. I like to leave it a little bit tacky. So that is what I'll do now. All right, now I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush and I'm going to go into Tool Sweet, which is this color right here, and I'm going to put that all through my crease, just very blown out and messy. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to take that same fluffy crease brush and I'm just going to take a little bit of Rose Suede here on the end, and I'm just going to put that a little bit more concentrated in the crease, not quite as blown out. Okay, I also brought it out just slightly along the outer third of my eye as well. Next, I'm going to take a flat, dense packing brush. This one here is by Morphe. It is my M167. And I'm going to take Lame, which is this beautiful shimmery color right here, and I'm going to just pack it all over the lids. Okay, so I did notice just minimal fallout when I was packing it on. It did take a minute to build it up, but again, this is going to be a dry brush. I tend to prefer that way. If you were to wet your brush or use your finger, the intensity would be just that much more. So overall, I'm happy with the way it looks. I may go in with my finger at the very end just to kind of punch things up a little bit. But now I'm going to take just the deepest color, Vintage Velvet, and I'm going to put that just along the outer V to deepen things up just a touch. Beautiful. I think the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that original crease brush without any product on it. I'm just going to kind of blend and buff everything out just to make sure that we are nice and blended and cohesive. I think that looks nice. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean this up, put on my face makeup. We'll come back to do my lower lash line, and yeah. Alright, so off camera I went ahead and I applied all of my face makeup and then just a little bit of liquid liner to my top lash line. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the lower lash line. So I'm going to take just a clean fluffy brush and I'm going to mimic basically what I did on the top lash line. We're going to take this shade here in Tool Sweet and I'm going to take that all the way along the lower lash line. Trying not to make the crazy face there. It is tough. Okay, and then just as we did along the top lash line, we're going to take Rose Suede here on the end, and I'm just going to put that along the outer third to half, I would say. And then the very last thing I'll do is I'll take a more targeted pencil brush and I'm going to take, what is this, Vintage Velvet right here on the end. And I'm going to take that just in the outer third. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'm going to keep it nice and precise. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara and then we'll come back for my final thoughts. Alright everyone, here is the finished look. The only other thing that I did off camera that I forgot to do while I was filming before was I did take Damask Ball and I put that right in the inner corner and I highlighted my brow bone and it's beautiful. So overall, I really do enjoy this palette. I know that this is just a first impression and this is the first time that I've used it, but I genuinely have no complaints. The mattes that I used all blended beautifully. I think that the sparkly shade that I put all over my lid is absolutely mesmerizing. I think that it performed very well with a dry brush, but again, you can use your finger or you can wet it on your brush and it will give it just that much more of a foiled, sparkly effect, but it's really, really pretty. I think that this has a lot of uses in my life, so it is something that I can get a lot of very wearable, everyday sort of office looks, but with these two sparkly shades, it gives it that extra degree of fun that I personally love. I'm in an environment where I can wear sparkly eyeshadow to work and it's totally fine. I know not everybody is, or that's not everybody's preference. So for those of you that can't or don't like to, there are still a lot of options for you in this palette. You have Trench Twist right here, which is that kind of softly shimmery champagne color, and then Spun Silk right here, which is more of a purpley color. Again, it is in that softer, more shimmery sort of finish that is not going to be as over the top and in your face as these beautiful sparkly shades. It's also a palette that I feel that you can easily go from day to night using. So I'm very excited to have this in my collection to play around with and to use. I think for me personally, it is going to get a lot of use, and it is something that as I continue to use it, I'll make sure to update you a little bit more so that we know kind of what my later feelings are in addition to my first impressions here. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did also. I hope your day is going really, really well for you, and I will see you next time. Bye!